All right, so we are teaching Rye the 3 phases of the structured walk today. And I was going to use the prong collar, but she hasn't really acclimated to it yet. So she's very vocal whenever you apply any sort of pressure, because she kind of gets into this panic state. So I don't want that. I want her to be able to feel like she's actually having a good time on the walk. So ultimately, when we're walking, her goal is just to put relevance on me, to take in energy from the environment and to coexist with me. That's it. So she doesn't need to interact with anything else. She doesn't need to put a huge amount of relevance on anything else. She can just kind of take in information and energy from things that are happening around us. So in phase 1, I break the structured walking down into 3 phases. Phase 1, I have the leash long and I'm turning away from the dog. Phase 2, I have the leash short and I'm turning away from the dog. And then in phase 3, I have the leash short and I'm turning into the dog, okay? So that means they find the correction with phase 1, so I let them correct themselves. In phase 2, they learn how to anticipate the correction by listening for the cue, let's go. And then in phase 3, they realize that I can give the correction myself, okay? So in phase 3, I should be able to say easy and give a little leash pop and she slows down, all right? So this time I'm gonna get my leash grip set, which is just thumb through the loop, grab both sides, and I'm gonna say, let's go. Let's go. And every time, let's go. Let's go. Every time she's gonna pass this plane in front of me, let's go. I turn away from her. Let's go. Let's go. She's doing good. This is great. Let's go. Okay, she is forging, but I want to get back to you. All right, so I'm going to come to a stop right here. I'm just going to lure her good. I'm going to lure her into a sit. She's welcome to lay down, okay? That was really good. So for the first couple of turns there, my goal is to let her hit the end of that leash and go, I didn't like that, okay? So the idea is to allow the dog to find a correction in phase 1, which causes attraction, okay? In phase 2, we're looking to make sure that she understands that that let's go has a lot closer meaning to getting that leash pop. So I'm gonna shorten the leash so that when I say let's go, that pop happens a little bit faster, okay? All right, I'm gonna make the leash just short enough to where there's no pressure if she's laying down. I'm gonna say let's go. I'm gonna keep her on the left this side, this time. Girl, let's go. Letting her lightly hit the end of that leash. Let's go. Pop. Let's go. Good. Very light pop there. That was perfect. And it's getting lighter and lighter. And I do this until I don't have a pop. Let's go. Let's go. Very light pressure. I'm waiting for nothing. Let's go. Good girl. Good. She's moving with me now. This is good. Now I'm going to come to a stop. I don't want her pulling off the path here. I want her to go into a sit. So I'm applying upward leash pressure. I'm going to give her a little bit of a lure right here. Good. And as soon as her butt is touching the ground, I'm going to relieve that pressure to her. Once she goes into the down, I actually just hold the very end of the leash. So see that trust that I'm giving her, okay? So in phase 1, I had my leash long, turning away from the dog. Phase 2, I had my leash short, turning away from the dog. And in phase 3, I'm gonna have my leash short and I'm gonna be turning into the dog, okay? So this is where, instead of finding the correction, she's gonna realize that I will create the correction. So if she starts to forge ahead, I will give that leash pop, okay? Let's go. Come on. Easy. Good girl. Very nice. Good. foraging. Let's go. Good girl. Good girl. Good job, Rye. Nope. So see how she's trying to cross? I'm just gonna lift my arm up. That's a painful experience for me right now. My back is killing me. I'm gonna come to a stop. She's going straight into the down, and I'm gonna go ahead and relax that leash, okay? So this is the goal. That was the whole warm-up, okay? So what the structured walking warm-up does, or the turnabouts do, is that it teaches the dog how to find the correction on their own, how to listen for when that correction's gonna come, and then ultimately to be able to to avoid it entirely. I'm going to start to say easy and give the correction myself, okay? Now, I usually teach this using food. I tried to give her a couple pieces of food a second ago and she wasn't having it. So usually I'd be luring a lot with food and using a lot of payment here for the first couple times that we do it. She didn't really want that. She wants some physical touch, and that's pretty much it, okay? So before you go on your nice long walk, you'll notice that you need probably 5 minutes of time on the long leash, and I have my long leash here. This is a 30-foot long leash. So we gave her 5 minutes on the long leash, and she was 100% fine then with going with the short leash after that, because she had kind of dispelled all of that anxious energy of wanting to just kind of blow energy out for a little bit. And once she lay down in the grass, I realized, okay, it's time to start practicing our structured walk. So it's about depleting energy for her first through freedom, and then allowing her to take in energy on the walk and to engage with me and to kind of switch into that pack drive as we go for our structured walk, okay? So again, just a quick review. The turnabout system to teach a dog a structured walk is the long leash, turning away from the dog, the short leash, turning away from the dog, and then the short leash turning into the dog, okay? And again, in that short leash position, if she starts to forge ahead and you're looking forward and she starts to cross that invisible plane in front of you in your peripheral vision, you would say easy, and you would give pops backwards, okay? It's not up like this. A lot of people pop up and it causes the dog to be pulled forward more. So you're creating your own problems at that point. So it would be easy, pop, and then you would turn into the dog, okay? Let's go. Pops there as she tried to leave my side. Now I'm going to come to a stop, at which point she should go either into a sit or into a down, and then I can just hold the very end of the leash. This was perfect, okay? So once I've gotten that locked in, now I can go on a 15-20 minute walk if I wanted to, right? The structured walk is really not that, it's not like this super valuable thing like I used to think that it was, but it is still super important because a lot of people don't have the ability to just let their dog off the leash or to go on a long leash and to zoom around a little bit. A lot of people don't have the ability to do that, so short leash walking is valuable. But I really wish that like a 2 and 3 foot leash would be banned, because it's not good to show the dog that they have freedom to check things out and that they have agency to be able to move away from something that makes them uncomfortable. So I'm going to do a little exercise over here on this little bench. Just a little bonus feature here. Excuse me. I am going to move her over here, move this little tripod. We're going to work on how to turn off pressure using these little benches over here. I really like these because it gives me the ability to use upward pressure and to show you where We need a little motivation sometimes. Okay. Good girl, Rye. Good job, Mama. Oh. Good girl. Yeah, you like that? So I'm going to apply a little pressure here on her collar. Come on. Oh. I'm going to just kind of lead her on. You can do it. Need help? I'm going to show it to her the first time. Good girl. You like that? Love you. Mm-hmm. Free. She said, I like it up here. Let's go. Good girl. Good. All right, up. Pressure here. Up. Good. Sit. Applying just a little bit of pressure on her bum. And relax. Good girl. And you can lay down if you want. Want to lay down? Good. Very nice. Notice how gentle I'm able to be with the pressure here, because we have no conflict and a good communication system. Nice job, Mama. She's also shown me that when we come to a stop, she's willing to lay down, so that was pretty easy. Now, as I give her a little distance here, she's going to want to get up. No. At first, I'm going to apply pressure back down again. She has a muscle memory for this, so she's done this before. I can tell as a dog trainer that she's done this. Okay, just a little pressure downward here. I'll help her a little bit. Good. Oh, girl. And I'm gonna proof that. Her little leg is hanging off. So as I back away, she's gonna want to get up. No. She went faster into the sit that time. Learning how to turn off pressure is like therapy for a dog like her. She's still very immature, but that's okay, because dogs can learn very, very quickly. There you go. Just let that leg hang off there, girl. I'm going to give her a little bit of space here. No. This time, pop and pressure into it down. Okay? Now, why did I pop? Because I don't want to have to use, no, pop, pressure into the down. I don't want to have to use pressure forever. No. Good. It's about acceptance. No. Pop. Sit right back up there again. She's learning. She's learning real fast. Good girl. Very nice. Look at that little butt. Look at that little butt. Good girl. Sit. You want to sit up? Sit. 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 Yeah, come on. Sit up here. Good girl. She said, yeah, that's just kibbo. Just kibbo. No. There's some kind of bird or something over there in the grass. I'm going to give it a little distance here. And I don't use stay here. I teach stay through no. No. Pop. Pressure into the down. Or into the sit. No. Now, my spatial pressure is a correction in and of itself. Do you want to lay down? You can. You want to lay down? There you go. Sweetie girl. There you go. Notice we went straight into the down that time. That was wonderful. Good girl. Free. Right up. Yes. Down. Notice how fast this is getting. Okay. Sit. You come up here. Sit. Come on. Yeah, it's just gentle leash pressure. Good. I love you. I love you. Nice little ears. There's her ears rubbed. Yeah, sweet girl. A little, no. Pop. Pressure up. So notice I gave her just a second there. So I said no. She started to go back into the sit. No. Good. Very nice. Girl. So that's the difference between the pop and the pressure. Is that I want her to eventually be able to fade out that pressure, and I can't do that unless I use a pop. Free. Girl. I'm using a little social pressure. Excellent job. Okay. See how I'm able to fade out my leash pressure and just use spatial and social pressure eventually, just to be able to give her a command. Okay. Free. Good girl. Up. Down. A little bit of pressure here. No. Good. Very nice. Good girl. Free. Good job, Mama. All right, that's all we're gonna do for today. At least in this iteration. We already took a pack walk earlier. We did 5 minutes of freedom, we did 5 minutes of play, and we did 5 minutes of work. So ultimately, that is kind of what I tell all my clients is, listen, you don't really need to do more than about 15 minutes worth of engagement with your dog on a day-to-day basis, unless the dog is like a super earwax. Unless your dog is a super high drive like Malinois or a Doberman or something like that, like Trauma. But she does have some serious energy. Like she keeps up. Yeah, you do. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope that you start to see that there are 4 things that we can use to modify behavior in dogs, and that is payment, pressure, prevention, and punishment. We're either adding or taking away, we're either increasing or decreasing. So the importance is we just have to know where that we need to use each of those 4 things. Okay? Hope this has been enjoyable. Hope it's helpful. Y'all take care.